Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to the third episode of Woodville here in City Skylines 2. A beautiful kind of community right now where we're building completely based off the lumber industry. And in the last episode, guys, we did a bunch of expansions that just really helped grow the region. We've provided a few more jobs, a few more people have moved in, and we also managed to implement public transportation, which means people can now travel to and from work with relative ease. We have the extensions over there of the little town of Derby and our brand new kind of processing buildings in the factories, but today we're going to take it to a whole new level. Now, what I want to try and unlock today would really help us out. If I can unlock the signature building of the paper factory, that means we are going to start producing paper. We're going to process the wood that we're producing into paper, which then can be used, either exported or used to go on to create additional items in our factories. Now, to be able to unlock it, we're going to require a total of 10 forestry area hub buildings, which currently we only have 3, which those 3 are 1, 2, and number 3 here. So basically, I've got to build 7 more. Now, that might seem quite crazy and a little bit over the top. It's actually quite easy, and we're going to try and squeeze in as many as we can right now. Not only is it going to provide jobs, but it will also provide more exports because right now we are losing quite a bit of cash. Woodville, the great nation of Woodville right now, boys, is losing money, and that's all because we had to implement a lot of service buildings to kind of make the little town of Derby a bit more functional. Now, just before we get into it, boys, I just want to say right now, I really do appreciate the support on episode 1 and episode 2. If you are excited for these next few episodes, please make sure you smash the like button down below. Don't rely on the recommended tab, guys. Subscribe to be notified when each and every single episode does drop. And leave a comment, boys, of what you think I should be doing next. Now, we have created the bus line, which before I do anything, I want to re-look at my bus line right now and just double check that we do have enough buses. Oh, okay. I feel like we've only got 3 buses, but they're not really that busy, are they? Are they that busy? I mean, where's my bus stops right now? There is... Hello. Okay, there is a fair few people waiting here right now. Oh my goodness, me game lag right there. There's a bus on the way. There is a bus coming in right now. The buses can take 80 people. Okay, right. I didn't realize the bus capacity was so big. So that will just kind of gobble everybody up right there, which is all good. Right, where's my next buses? Can I find them? I know they come down here. And we have a double set of stops just there, which I think a bus has not long just gotten past. It's got 11 on there. It's going to load a few more people, unload a few people. Now it's got nobody on board. So that's all good. Okay, I don't think we need to worry about the bus route just yet, which is pretty good. Oh, hold on. We got a few issues over here right now. A couple of crime scenes being committed. Where is the policing building? I mean, the police station does have the radius for it. They are secure. Oh, there's 2 police cars right now securing a crime scene. So I think they might be either on the way over or there right now. Right, sweet. Okay, so we need to get the paper factory set up and we need more forestry areas. So we've got a deficit of over 3,000 big ones. We can 100% definitely close that gap. Now we want to produce more paper, which the paper is just here. Currently we do have a little bit of a surplus because we do produce it in these little factories down here. Can I find a factory that does produce paper? There we go. So we are producing it, but we want to take it to a whole new level, okay? We want to take it to a whole new level with big exports. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to change some things up. So we've got 1 here and we've got 1 there. That's fine. We've got 1 here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this into 2, then that will be 4. In this area here, we'll place 2 more down, which will be 6. On this island here, I'll place 2 more down, which will be 8. And I'm thinking I might put 2 over here, which will be the 10. That's all I need to do to unlock it. Then I'm going to work with this area to extend the industrial section and also implement a brand new factory. So before I do all this, what's unemployment like? It is 7%. So we're going to provide quite a few more jobs now when we implement all of this. Right, first things first then, let's just quickly, and we're going to have to anarchy this because obviously we have anarchy all involved. We're going to have to get rid of a lot of this stuff right now. So let me just pause the game because I'm going to cause a little bit of chaos. Oh, hold on. I may or not have just caused a lot of chaos. Because now I can't see where the lines have gone. Right, it might be easier to delete the building and replace the building back in. What have I done? This fool has lost his mind right now. He's lost his mind. I also might change the road layout just so it's a little bit easier to implement the two buildings. So if I put you there instead, and then we'll go to the zoned areas, specialized industry, the forestry. We'll put the first one here, which comes out. We'll bring it down to here, and then we'll take off the snapping, and then we'll quickly run this around. So a bit counterintuitive, but I didn't realize I needed 10 zoned areas to be able to unlock the paper factory. Now, this is going to be a big milestone for us because the factory will provide a lot of jobs, which then means I can go ahead and either extend the Derby a little bit more or just look towards starting to build a smaller, newer village near the industrial area, which will supply the industrial area with the vast amount of workers. Ooh, this could be, we could have a second town on the go before you even know it. Now, the reason I'm leaving such a big space between the roads, because you never know what you want to do with this. Who knows? At some point, we might have trains running along here, little regional, rural lines. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Right, that's implemented in. And then we're going to implement the other one just here. So then we go, which way do we go with this one? We go this way around. So bringing it down. So we're utilizing the same space, and we'll have the same amount of jobs. I don't gain any additional jobs by placing a secondary building down. It's still this. It's the jobs are based on the surface area in which you kind of work with. Okay, so that is not going to change anything. But using the same space, I've gained an extra building for my 10 requirements. Right, bring this all the way down to here. Bring it back round. Now, some of the stuff I've got to do, I'm going to have to technically create a whole new area for it. Now, can I get right in, or do you reckon it's better to use a little bit of snapping thrown in there? Nice! So 2 new buildings in, or back to where they originally was. Perfect. Now, I want to implement 2 here, which means I'm going to have to kind of build a little road coming out. But this wind turbine is slightly in the way. Now, I do like the idea of keeping it, and I think I am going to keep it. But before I do anything, do you reckon it's worth me placing down a second wind turbine? What's my power like? So I'm going to need a bit more power to produce and kind of supply the areas. I can upgrade the wind turbine slightly as well. How much is this going to cost me, an additional wind turbine, if I place it down? Let me get rid of the anarchy. So if I was to throw it there, for example, 25 big ones, it'll provide me a decent amount of power. Not amazing amounts, but it would provide me a decent amount. And it just kind of future-proofs me just a little bit longer. And worst case scenario, right, we add either extra solar assists, which gives us a little bit more electricity production, advanced rotary systems, more production, and then we have a battery extension. So if it falls below a certain demand, we have a little bit of a battery kind of output we can utilize. So 2 wind turbines should be pretty good. Oh, it looks so beautiful, doesn't it? It really does. So with that said then, that should keep me going for a little while. A lot of you guys really want me to kind of go down the green energy line. And I think I agree with you. I think Woodville is the perfect town to have green energy. Does anybody else agree with this? Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree that Woodville should have green energy. Right, I'm going to do it like that. And then build 2 just here. So to get another couple now in, we need to go to here, here, here. And we'll start with you. We'll start with this one. We'll put it just there. And we'll start with the snapping as we go around all the edges of the roads. And then as soon as we get to here, that's pretty much as far as we're going to be going with the snapping. Let's quickly go around. Right, outside the area, so we've got to put the anarchy on. So we should be able to kind of incorporate the wind turbines within the forestry area. And it shouldn't really be any much of an issue. That's the beauty of the anarchy. It kind of looks like the forestry owns then the wind turbines, which I wish they did, because then they can pay for the upkeep and maintenance. Oh, hold on. How far am I going with this? I just realized I've got to... Right, hold on. Let me go back to snapping. Snap to there, and in. But let me... No, do you know what? No, I'm not going to readjust it, because the second one can also work with it. So if I put that one there, you go down to here, to there, run this right to the end, and then we're back into no snaps. Right. So I won't do the other ones just yet, because now I've got a lot of infrastructure I've got to implement to be able to access the new areas after this. It's a little bit more than just building a simple road with a cul-de-sac kind of ending. But also we'll take care of some of the other kind of issues and growth stuff we can kind of implement within Woodville. I also need to extend the town of Derby, the actual region, because it doesn't really now technically cover my new area. Right. Bam. And put the snapping back on. Run you right down. Nice! And they don't have the sewage. Which, yes, yeah, I get that, because we don't have the pipes pushing over here. Oh, actually, we do. They just don't actually fully connect. Right, that should sort them out. All good. That should provide lots of jobs. So that now technically gives me... Where is it? 6. So I've just got to build 4 more, which is good. And hopefully provides a little bit more jobs. Right, not bad, not bad, not bad. So this has now provided 50 jobs. This one would have provided... is it okay? Why can I not select it? It's 30 something. 33, I think it is. This one provides 21. 36. Not bad. Not bad. Now, it's not enough to kind of drop the unemployment. If anything, the unemployment's increased because more people are moving in. But that's fine. That's only really there to kind of start eating into a little bit more of the exports to give me a little bit more cash. But I don't feel like it's kind of pushing in that direction. Right, so the little town... Oh, no, we actually did put this all the way over. Okay, I thought I didn't. Fair enough, boys. Fair enough. Now, is there a little bit more zoning that we can maybe implement? I think we'll do a little bit of commercial. I do like the low-density southwest little style buildings. I might just do a couple just there. Low-density USA. And there we go. It's the residential buildings you can kind of do in rows. Right, there we go there. To a couple little commercial buildings. Not going too crazy. There we go, boys. There we go. Add a little bit more jobs and hopefully a little bit more cash in the bank. Right, then. So, to access this area, then, we're going to need a bridge across the water because that is its own island. Now, it's only going to be accessed pretty much like a simple dirt road to like what these are and these are over here. So, it's got to be nothing crazy. So, maybe I utilize one of these roads here. Maybe the one that ends there as a little bridge coming over, bending in for 2 forestry areas to get set up. And because it's on the end of the road, it's just a simple drag, jump over. Yeah, that works out perfect. So we should have we'll do the wooden covered bridge. So that should, does that actually kind of go well? Just like that. No dramas, boys. And then back to a normal dirt road. So if I just come out to there, how does that look? It looks really good, doesn't it? I really do like it. I really do like it. We've got one over here as well on the entry, which is pretty sweet. I do like it. I do like these little... I think these wooden bridges really do fit the theme. Okay, so if I bring this a little bit further down, and I can either bend it or just kind of simply end it there. It doesn't really matter to me. I think we'll kind of end it here, and we'll do it like this as a simple end. Simple end, boys, as the unemployment still increased. Is now at 12%. Why is it going up so much? Is it more of the fact that... I mean, it's the uneducated situation, isn't it? As people become educated, they don't want to take uneducated jobs. And that's what these areas provide. They provide a lot of workplaces for the uneducated. It's weird, isn't it? Because like they won't go down. They just want to keep going up. Which I get it. I get it. They want to earn more cash, so become more educated. I get it. I get it. But please, you are able to kind of work at a level below your education. Right, let's start here with this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to run directly to the end like that. And that will be, because it doesn't really matter. And that will be my dividing spot. Get this going around all the edges. Now, this is going to start transforming these areas quite dramatically because all of a sudden, we're now populated on them. And we've committed for the short term that we're not going to build on them with anything else. But who knows? Oh, do I snap it to this road? You know what? I will snap it to this road. It's not like the normal highway road we've kind of been working with. Alright, there's that one there. And then this one. We're going to go all the way around. All the way down. Let me take this snapping off because we are getting... I can't like do shorter bursts. It's ultimately only just to here, isn't it? To there. Run it down. Bam, bam, bam. Nice! Wow, okay, that's really transforming the areas. Because obviously you get the different discoloration on the ground. And yes, we do need to bring the water and power. Oh no, power's okay, it's the sewage. We can't really bring it here, right? So if I did that... Look at the pipes. Look, the pipes are wild, but it still works. It still works. That connects in, and just to confirm, I've only got 2 left I need to do. Right, we've got to figure out this area first, because I've got some plans that I want to do for this. These provide, again, jobs. 50. Oh, it's available for rent. Okay, they haven't technically rented the building yet, guys. They haven't technically rented the building. Fair enough. Fair enough. I've got plans for this area, and I'm gonna have to kind of slightly change how I want to do it. So, what I want to do is this road here. I want to turn it into a highway road that will eventually go out, run through this to give me access to all this land, and then probably cross over here, and then we turn this into a T-junction. That's kind of what I've got planned for that area. But the bus depot's in the way. It will allow me to kind of build a little bit more of an industrial area, and I think a smaller little residential community around this area. That may be kind of semicircles just here of some sorts, leading onto a bit of industry, and 2 smaller forestries just there. Maybe even pushing into more forestries up here in the future. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm kind of going to have to play around with this right now. So where would I move the bus depot is the next question. Maybe I kind of build up a little bit more over here. So let me just kind of see what I can kind of get up to in this vicinity. So if I come off this, how much did I come off that by? Like a 64. It wasn't really much, was it? So it's about that, which I kind of come off it by. We go back down to the dirt roads because they are our friend. And if I come off this one with a, what, 64 as well. And bring you to there. 34. 32, that will do me. Bam, straight in. Right, it's not perfect, but it will do. And we'll move our bus depot maybe just to over here a little bit. It kind of gives me a little bit more room for like factories and whatnot. So what I'll do is I'll bring this slightly out. And we'll reposition this over here now. So if I put you just... Do you know, it actually fits in quite nice there, which is all good. And I like to do this. I like to build little perimeter roads. There we go. Then obviously kind of come off these little areas with little extensions on the road to make it feel a little bit more natural. And then obviously we'll do windy bends and twists and whatnot. Bring you to there. Bring another one out just there. And I'm going to move you down here. And you just down to there. So a little extension as the industrial area kind of continues to grow slightly. But it's going to finalize it off right now with some non-snapping free flowy bends. This is more decorational at this point. And I think I'm going to do... Let's see. I'm going to bend one like this. And I don't want to push it too much. That will do me. Let me turn the anarchy off there. Let's go back onto normal straight sections here. Yeah, that will do me just like that. So, I wanted to upgrade this, though, to a highway-style road. So, highway-style road, it's the 2-lane. It's this one, isn't it? Yes. And let me just kind of push this, moving then forward. Just so I've got a rough idea of where we're going to be running it. So I'm going to go a little bit longer than I need to, just so I can see where it's going to run before it then starts to bend and off it goes. But I think, do you reckon those connections are a bit too close? No, I think they'll be okay. I don't think there'll be too much going on. But we're now starting to build up this area a little bit more. And then we've got the highway there, which will bend and then run up here to then cross over at some point there to reach that as a T-junction. Right, so the main point of all this is I can build up a little bit of an industrial area and then build a smaller residential area nearby that kind of filters onto this. So that little village here is part of the industrial section. But before I do, it does give me the ability to build more factories. Don't really have the demand for it just yet. But let's get set up here, though, the zoning for the forestry areas. So back to the dirt style road. Now, I'm going to move this down just a tad bit more and then just kind of come off it a little bit and move you to there. And then that's it. We'll utilize this road here as coming a little bit further out. Okay, that hasn't kind of built as straight as we would have liked it. That will do, I assume. Bring you down to there. Bring you up to there. Where we'll build the 2 main buildings off of this. So, zoning-wise, we're gonna... Oh, actually, before I do that, how big is the paper factory? Oh, we don't know. We actually don't know, so we don't know where we're going to be putting it. Right, we're hoping that it's not too big. It most likely probably is going to be way too big. But we're hoping not too big. Right, bring you to there. I'm going to bring you across. Now, this could be too uniform, this. Right, anarchy back on. But we shall see. I actually also don't know how far to kind of take it before we divide for the other one, but I'm going to make this one go to the peninsula. Right, I think I'm going to cut it there. I'll cut it there and bring it directly to here. And then snap it in, and then put this one. Okay, right. I didn't even get to build the 10th one, and we've unlocked the paper factory. These fools. These fools right now. Right, snapping right up. Turn the snapping back off. pretty much... Oh, run it all the way down, but trying to give myself a bit of space to work with. And bring you up to there. Well, I'll put the snapping back on. Right, there we go. That covers that area. So we've officially got 10 forestry areas right now in the great nation of Woodville, boys. Not too bad. Not too bad. You can kind of see right now with the little orangey, browny tinge. So how big is this signature building then? Oh my goodness me. It's actually quite a large factory. Right, I may have to kind of change my mind right now with building the small little community. I probably still could, but it's going to have to now be situated a little bit differently. So where does the building go? It snaps on there. So the two circle things are at the back. So that would be something like being placed here, wouldn't it? Jeez, look, unless I did it like this, if I could get the highway road to kind of bend and then we kind of align it to it, but I'm not too sure how that's going to work. Unless I get it to kind of, oh, I could also get it to be built here. Or I get it to be built that way with the alignment of the road. Because the wind's blowing down that way anyway. I can build the little community just here, which is upwind. So they won't get the smog in their faces. Right, again, I don't know whether this is going to be like a placeholder town. No, sorry, a placeholder factory. I don't know. But let me do what my original plan was going to be like anyway. Which we was going to turn this. So if I kind of pause real quick and delete you and you. I was going to bring this road down. Get rid of the anarchy now. Like that. And this was going to snap into it like that. And then we were going to create a road. So if I had it like this, which will allow that road to then go over as a bridge. Which if I then drop this down and bring it up by a point, sorry, not point, sorry, 5, bam. Back down to 0, but I want to change that to the wooden style bridge. There we go. As part of the building. Yeah, they're built in sections, aren't they? Yeah. Right, that's all good. And then where do these bad boys connect? So that there is a 94.4. We'll just go for like a 93.5. Right, that runs like that, which is great. So now we're creating like a shortcut, a little bit of a bypassing road around the big region area. So I'm already creating shortcuts, boys. I'm already creating shortcuts. And then I haven't really planned where this road runs, but if I got this road to run straight. So that's it running straight, but I don't know how organized and how straight I would want it, or whether I would want it to bend. I think that might be a bit too organized, right? So what I'm going to do is delete it from there, and we're going to follow the kind of the terrain, not the terrain, the shoreline is the better way to put it. So if I go for the bendy wendy road and go up by 0.5, not 0.5, 5 Seniac, down to 0. Do I need to anarchy this for it to work? There we go. And I'm just going to kind of bend with it. for which I would want it to then be placed into there. So I've got to do a generous bend now. So if I go for like a normal bend, that is a 144. And that works. That is a lot better. I don't like the fact that we got this tree line. But then maybe the little town could be placed here. And that's the bypassing road going around it. Ooh. Because that is quite the bend, isn't it? That is quite the bend. And then we've got, like, the original road running through, maybe. Oh, I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on it. I'm still not 100% sold on it just yet. But how big is this factory again, by the way? So it is quite big. I could place it, for example, around here, there. I could place it right on the edge here. And have a road coming off it. I don't like the bend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it again. I'm going to change it again here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this point and run like this. Okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have this road here. Right, there's your snap there. Delete. Delete you. Then bring this out. And then create said bend here. Right, that's better. Isn't it? That is definitely better now. And then maybe I can kind of build onto this small little community just around here. It does open up this area up here for a little bit more as well. And then that road can maybe lead all the way up to connect up to here somehow. So highways everywhere. I don't like the line I've created. I might need to put the trees back in. Should I put the trees back in? I don't know what trees they are. What are they? London plains. Oak. Oak trees. Of course they are. Of course they are. Right. Trees. Vegetation. Oak trees. Oak. And... multiple. Adult size multiple. It's like nothing ever happened, boys. Right, good stuff. So, can I get this factory in then? It is a big factory, don't get me wrong. It is pretty big. We might need to reclaim a little bit of land because I don't want it directly on the highway. I'll reclaim a little bit of land right now, but I'm gonna build it there. I'm gonna build it unless... No, I don't want to build it here because it goes downwind. Unless I built it here. How would it look here? You see, I could build it there as if then the road goes around it. See, that's not too bad. That ain't too bad. So, well, because it's an industrial building, we'll utilize actual cemented, concreted road. I don't know where the connection would be, but if I just come off it by 64 and then do this, if I go the full distance like that, then at least I can then position it how I want it, and then we'll redo the entry point. So, I reckon about... You know what, I'll be honest with you. I reckon I need to kind of go back 2 more like this. Right, delete this and you. And then place this in now. There we go. So if I put it about there. Okay. If I just get rid of you, delete this, and then do a nice... I like doing perimeter roads. I don't know what it is about it, but I like creating compounds. Now, obviously, there could be some upgrades I could add onto the building. I'm not too sure if there is any or not. And that to there is a... So that will be a 148. No. Yeah. Which you're not getting. There is a 152. There is a 14. you're not going to win unless you have a double road. So why don't I kind of off-stagger it slightly and build it there instead. We'll slightly off-stagger it. So, ooh. Now, why are them trees in the middle? Is that because I placed them down with anarchy? I can get rid of the trees. Can I put my brush strength to 100? Is that what happened there? I didn't know that was going to be an issue. Right, there we go. The factory now placed down. Oh, it looks good among the landscape, doesn't it? It really does. I've got all this space right now for factory-related objects. Now, how many people are going to work in this building? I mean, first things first, we've got to rent it out. They're 529. And they're educated, well-educated, highly educated. Right, we've got to think about getting our public transport over here, don't we? We really do. Actually, first things first is power issues. Let me pause. So, we'll upgrade the highway road to have lights. It is now a road that we are going to utilize. That will bring the power. And then the sewage, I'll get it to run, obviously, to there so we can access this area, even though it already does. There we go. That should now have water and power, which it might need more water and power than I'm currently producing. It hasn't updated yet to tell me what's going on. But that's going to provide so many jobs. So can we take a look at public transport? So I reckon what we need to do is we need to have a stop. Instead of doing what it does here, right, we're going to get it to kind of come in right now and have a... No, I think the stop there's fine. Right, we're going to have a stop here. And I need to have a stop here, don't I? Hold on, which side of the road are they driving on? The right-hand side. So if we get them to come into there. So it will be a case of... I want to get them... Do I want to get them off the highway road? No, we can keep it as it is. There. I feel like that needs to be pushed over here. What road is this? So you can't have a shelter. Weirdly, I want it here. So if I moved you there, instead, you then go to here, where it does the little U-ey, and it stops off there on the way out. But I want it to cross over to come off that. Bit awkward, yes, I know. But it should still do the job. Delete that one. And it can then take everybody and pick everybody up to and from work. Oh, we've already got vehicles using my little bypassing route, which will help out the vehicle traffic not coming then through here. So the little village of Derby right now would be a little bit more pollutant free. Right, so that's now going to provide so many jobs, okay? Has that now really reduced my unemployment? Wow, it's gone from like 12, it nearly took 10% off my unemployment. Am I filling any of this? Not really. So there's definitely have the ability to employ everybody at this point. That number is getting slightly lower. So we'll just see how that kind of ticks along. But now I've got more space around here right now to either implement services or, you know, like I said before, implement more factories, which I might squeeze in one or two just to kind of see what I can kind of get out of this. There we go there. Just a couple more in. And we're going to place them over on this side as well so we can kind of see what it's going to look like as we continue to build. Now, I've got to remember the factories. I can go a little bit bigger. Because they're factories. They kind of do need to be a slightly bigger building. I kind of like that. I really like the idea of having the highway road running through the front, and then we've got the bypassing one that's going around the side. I think that is a lot better placement, and it opens up this right now to build a brand new town. I think I might build a smaller little village, a lot smaller than Derby, obviously, just here. But my question would be, how should I name it? Should I name it after the first person that moves in again? What do you guys reckon? Let me know in the comment section down below. But are we okay with power? Are we okay with water? Yes. I'm surprised no one's really complained about garbage yet. We don't really have any garbage facilities. And are we still polluting the water? Yeah, there is a brown... Oh my goodness me, that's a lot of poop being shot out right now, isn't it, guys? That's definitely a lot of poop right now. Right, I haven't added any more residential. It's just people naturally moving into the upgraded houses. 1.5% right now is our unemployment. Whoa, 1%. Are we going to go lower than 1% on the old unemployment? That's crazy. So we've got a while that we can provide jobs for. That will just kind of fluctuate. That's perfect. That is actually perfect right now. We're going to be producing lots of timber now. Is it enough to get out of our deficit? I don't know. Still, time will tell on that one. We are producing a lot more products, but now a lot more products are being utilized to produce a lot more. Are they called material goods? Look at the surplus we've now got on paper because of our brand new factory. That's crazy. Now, to make us make more money, weirdly, I've got to get more people living here. So, which is why next episode, a new little village would be really, really, really handy. It really would. But I can't believe the progress we've already now legit just made. So, let's have a little fast forward then. Try and get the new factories all implemented. And where's our little bus stops over here? So we've got them. We also have, well, we should have, yeah, 2 bus stops over here, which is for the people who live over in this vicinity. Do we need more walkability is the question. I think we need like a little bit of a walkway underneath or something like that, a little path. So let's say I came off this here. And let's do a bendy wendy. That creates a nice little shortcut route for people living over in, or over there, want to get over here without having to go through the big main road area. And you could probably argue the same thing over here could be done as well. So I'm going to take it from this one. There we go. Again, all about the walkability. All about the walkability, boys. I don't know if anyone's going to be using it now. Might be a little bit too early to see anybody actually walking across it. But this could be an issue in the future. We'll have to create, you know, some better way in which they can get across the road. But also vehicle traffic as well. I don't know how busy it's going to end up becoming. I really don't know. I really do not know. But the buses can come in. People are arriving to work in their own vehicles anyway, which is really good to see. Over 200 people are currently working here. Not bad. Actually not bad. And we have kind of earned a little bit of revenue to not lose as much, but we need to get more people moved in before we can do anything else. So we've got lumber yards, timber yards. We've got paper factories, more paper factories, furniture factories coming in. More storage areas. More paper, more furniture. More furniture. Again, more furniture. This is exactly what we wanted. It's worked out exactly how we thought it was going to work out. And unemployment now? 2%. Yeah. But what's good is there's jobs available. We're not... Oh, no, we are actually filling the poorly educated jobs. I think that's where the unemployment's slightly coming from, is the poorly educated. I think we've already taken all those poorly... No, there's actually no poorly educated jobs here. I think the factories can also accept some poorly educated, which they do. That's mainly where they are coming from. So maybe education is something that we're going to have to look at in the coming episodes as well. We might have to take a trip down the education route. We shall see. But that is a big leap forward for Woodville right now, boys, getting our very own paper factory all implemented. Now, I do have the mod that allows me to place down multiple paper factories. so we can create this huge paper industry if needs be. But by placing that, it has given me a 5% industrial efficiency city-wide as well. So all my factories do become a little bit better. So we've got the lack of entertainment and the walking distance to an elementary school, which we do not have any education whatsoever. So I think a little elementary school would be perfect in the next coming episodes. Guys, we'll leave it here. We're now starting to see the issues of lack of labour, which means we need more people moving into the region. We're going to build a small little village in the next episode, boys. Until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.